next YouTube sensation size.
Welcome to Chef Gregory's kitchen.
Yep. Chop up the carrots first. Hey, quiet on the set. Welcome again to another episode of the inimitable Chef Gregory, an effervescent trip down culinary delights of the kitchen. Today is my signature curried sausages. Welcome again to Chef Gregory's Bachelor Cooking Show. Chef Gregory is about to show you one of the finest dishes on his a la carte menu. It is curried sausages, with the finest curried sausages in the land. Will whoever is there changing the lighting stop that? Because now you have caused a difference in the lighting. Why aren't you behind the camera? That's what I don't understand. You were given a simple job to press the button and then press the button again when I say cut. Say action, you press the button. I say cut, you press the button. Why are you over there fiddling with the lighting? Please get back behind the camera. Suffering catfish. See, you've broken my train of thought now. I don't know what I'd said or where I'm up to.
We'll start again.
Welcome to another episode of Chef Gregory's Bachelor Cooking Show. The inimitable chef, well known throughout all Europe and Asia. Today I'm doing one of my signature dishes, the curried sausage. It sounds a bit second class, but it is a la carte. We're going to go through how to do it. It is very simple, a little bit of chopping required, but nonetheless, you're going to find this a really impressive dish. Also, after it's done, I'll be packing it into individual containers and I'll be eating this for the next 6 months. It is a superb dish. Let me show you what we're going to do here. We've got the curry, ox cubes, coconut milk, garlic, tomato paste. We're then going to cut up onions, carrots, peas and corn, and of course, to start off, I'm going to parboil these because they need to be skinned and then chopped up into smaller segments. But these are beautiful Australian beef sausages, 100% beef, not those sacks of sweepings that they call sausages in the supermarket. And did I mention the corn flour for thickening? I've taken the liberty of preheating this water to the point of boiling, which is 100 degrees Celsius. I shall now prepare the sausages. I put it onto the stove and I parboil that. While I'm parboiling, I will cut up all the ingredients and place them into this pot here. And here we have the sausages. Parboiling. Just a special note, I've purchased the corn and the peas. It's the easiest way to source peas and corn. However, the carrot, this was $2.50. If I purchase the peas, corn and the carrot together, it's much more expensive than me just purchasing the peas and the corn and then chopping up a $2.50 bag of carrots. So that's the way to go. Flexibility here, savings here. And remember, frugality is not a word, it's a lifestyle. First, let's chop up the onions. And now it's into the pot. let's dice the carrots. So I'm probably looking at getting half the volume of that as equal to the carrots. And now the garlic with my good friend, Curried. Chef's friend. Now, there they are, ready to chop up. We're just going to put them back in like this. Some lovely cold water just to cool them down quickly. We're just going to let those cool down before I skin them and chop them up into lovely bite-sized chunks. But now let's get the liquid into the vegetables that we've chopped. Coconut milk. Lovely coconut milk. Beautiful stuff. That's most of our liquid. We're going to use 2 cups of water when we're going to melt these into 2 cups of hot water. These 2 items are going to be to taste, so we're just going to keep putting them in until we get the flavour that we want. And that flavour, of course, is up to you. Your own personal taste. This does come in a jar, but I find that the individual packaging keeps them fresh for longer. It's a little bit fiddly unpacking them, but nevertheless, for those that like to keep their food in the cupboard for several decades, it works out better. We're going to go with 2 cups initially. If the sausages need more water, we can add that later, but there's your 2 cups there. Makes a lovely little drink when you're sick of tea and coffee and Bonox. Lovely beefy aromas there. Now at this point where we get the lovely rich red colour of the curry, we're going to add the tomato paste. We've got that fairly homogeneously mixed now. Thank you. 2 tablespoons. A little bit more hot water. Just gets it into the mixture easier when I pre-blend with water. Look at that, it's lovely. Right, let's whack that in. See it better that way. Now we're going to give this an initial mix and just see what the colour looks like. Yeah, I might go again on that one. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of tomato. The test, of course, is the expertise of the palate of an international chef. So I'm taking some of this here and just... I think that's pretty good. I think that's a very, very good, don't you know? And now it's time to add the main ingredient to the curried sausages. Obviously it is the curry, and you'll find that the Keen's traditional curry powder from the Dutch East India Company is the best on the market for this kind of thing. It is absolutely delicious. We're going to keep putting it in slowly but surely until we have the taste and flavour that we want. But I'm sure 2 spoonfuls is going to be a starting place for us there. Oh, I can smell that aroma. It's absolutely delicious. Oh! Sausages will balance that out.
That's nice.
Get that on full straight away. We're now going to go and cut these up. And there we have it. Now we want to cut these into nice little slices like this. That's about what we're after. Lovely work. All right, well, let's go introduce that to the sauce. I'm just going to fold that through now, and we're just going to let that simmer for an hour or so on very low to let the juices homogenate and hyperbolate into the mixture. what we're going to do is thicken the mixture. We're going to use corn flour. I find corn flour a superior product to self-raising or plain flour in the thickening department. But we're going to introduce it. If you'll come down here, you'll see I'm going to introduce it into water. I have a reserve of water here in case I need it, but I'm just going to slowly get it into the water here. It reduces lumping. We don't want lumping. There we go. So that's already gone in. A little bit more. Just gently caressing that in to the water, because this corn will cook and really thicken this up to a beautiful consistency. You may also notice that I'm using a wooden spoon. To mix corn flour into mixtures that you've prepared, you want to use a wooden spoon, obviously. That is perfect now. Let's take it over and introduce it to the mixture. This has been going on now for about half an hour, maybe a little bit less, but it's time now to introduce the corn flour. And as we stir that, now that's good. It's going to thicken up as we stir that. I can see that happening right now. Corn flour, it's a lovely thickening agent. We're at maximum capacity on this pot, I can tell you that right now. It's going to make a lot of lovely meals for the months ahead, especially as we're coming into the winter time. This with a lovely slice of thick grained seeded bread. It's absolutely delicious. So it's very thick. Now what I'm going to do, it's basically finished cooking. So what I'm going to do, if you'll bear with me, I'm going to let this probably simmer for another 5 minutes or so. I'm going to turn it off and not come back to it till this evening. I want that to sit there and cool down. As it's cooling down, there's going to be an infusion of flavors into the sausages. If you were to eat it and it wasn't properly infused, you could taste when you eat it that the sausage doesn't taste like the sauce, you see? So we want those sausages to suck up those savory flavors. Speaking of savory flavors, I'll just, that is delicious. I would salt and pepper yourself when you serve the dish, but that's exceptional. Oh, absolutely. Lovely tomatoey flavour. All right, well, that's it from Chef Gregory. I wish you all the best on this one. Get out there and make that curried sausage, whack it in the freezer, because now the price of fuel, you may not be able to buy food anymore, and you want a supply in your refrigerator. That's if you can afford the electricity. You can see that's thickened up nicely there. So I'll be turning that off now, and I'm just going to let that cool down of its own accord. And by the time it's finished, it should be well infused. Sorry about that noise in the background too. It's the servants cleaning up. I've stirred it again. We'll put the lid on and just turn the heat off. You find there's enough latent heat in this pot. It's very hot and it stays hot for quite a while. So you can turn that off now, and that's just going to cook there for the next couple of hours by itself. I am a miracle worker. Not too far away. Nice tight shot. Not too tight, not too tight, not too... No! Mucking around, the cameraman. Right, have you got here to here? Like,
No.
Well, come on then. How's that?
Perfect.
You look like you're sideways. Are you leveled up with this?
Yes.
Well, then I'm standing on a slope then. All right then. That looks crooked to me. Anyway, nevertheless, okay.